Hello, hello, handstand rockstar. Welcome back to day number 3 of building bulletproof habits in your handstand practice for 21 days in a row. And in today's video, I'm going to give you one of my all-time favorite drills. I teach it in pretty much every single online program I do, every single live workshop I do, every single private client that I work with that is still at the wall and figuring out how to stop in the handstand, because that is really the piece of the puzzle that's missing for a lot of people. Everyone can start a handstand, right? Most people can kick up. Some people can even kick all the way to the wall. But hear me out here. If we get used to kicking to the wall over and over, what are we really doing? Well, if our hands are here and the wall is here, I'm actually training kicking it past my point of balance. So I'm going to try to do my best to get completely rid of the terminology kick to the wall. If I have one mission in life and they put it on my tombstone, it's like, here lies Kyle. He taught people how to stop at the wall, not kick to the wall, because that implies that we're kicking to a point and letting the wall stop us. Rather, I would prefer to teach you how to arrive in your handstand. So let's go over kind of what not to do, and then I'm going to show you 2 or 3 really quick and easy adjustments that you can make that are going to be absolute game changers for how you kick in a handstand. So first things first, most people do this. They go hands down and boom. And you could probably hear that kind of a loud thud. And then I end up with my heels past my hips and I play this weird game of thinking I'm balancing when really I'm out of position the entire time. So, what if instead of kicking past and then trying to fix it, we taught our body where to stop in the first place? So the analogy I will give you here is parking a car. How do you park a car into its parking space or your garage, or for my folks in the UK, your garage? Um, you don't drive in really fast and then slam on the brakes. Yet that is what people do when they go to the wall. They drive really fast and they let the wall slam on the brakes for them. That's not a good way to park a car. I would not recommend trying that in your own home. So, we're going to learn how to stop at the wall. And here's the setup, okay? I'm actually going to um, distance myself a little bit from the wall so that I have room to do this. Or let's turn that around. It looks a little bit like this. So I have my knees together, this leg, standing leg is straight, and the other leg is touching the wall. And this is the distance that I want my hands. Follow along. You can watch this first one. So instead of kicking up and flopping against the wall, I am going to try to touch my foot to the wall. There's layers to this. You can have your whole foot on. As you get better, you would just put a toe on. This drill is called twinkle toes, by the way. So channel your inner ballerina. I am going to get up and I'm just trying to arrive here. Now, there's fixes that you can do in this whole thing, but I want to get just the motion down. And then in subsequent videos in this very series, we're going to talk about Twinkle Toes version 2 and version 3. So let's find our hand placement, get that hollow body shape, get the ribs active, right? And before we kick up, we're putting our hands down and we're trying to arrive at the wall. So you notice versus the very first one I did where I flopped, this arrival is a lot cleaner because I'm getting a sense of where the wall is. And you can be doing these with me, by the way. That's 3, 4, and 5. So why is this beneficial from a training angle? Well, I'm teaching my body, instead of go over and then fix it and try to find it, I'm teaching my body, stop right here. Okay, stop right here. Stop right here. This is your handstand. This is where we arrive. We want to calibrate the amount of energy and force that goes into the legs. You've seen someone kick up way too hard? Maybe that's you. It's too much force. You've seen someone not kick up nearly high enough where they're just never going to get their hips over. That's not enough force. So we are going to play this kind of game of Goldilocks in this weird metaphor, right? We want not too hot, not too cold. We want to be just right. So I want you to incorporate in this next set what we did on day 1, hand placement. Same place every time. I want you to incorporate what we did on day 2. I want you to think of pushing through the shoulders, ribs in, tailbone tucked. And now I want you to add being soft. We'll worry about leg alignment and the exact distance in later videos, but for today, all I really care about is the habit of you arriving softly at the wall. So I'm going to peel my hands back a little bit. I'm a few boards out. I go down, I lift up, I arrive softly. I come down, start it all over again, carbon copy. Each rep is a carbon copy of the last. Just getting in the habit. It's not super precise right now. We're just getting in the habit of hands down and foot arrives softly at the wall. Softly, right there. And come on down. Okay, so I want you to stick with this one. This one is a super valuable drill. I have almost every single student that I work with and who's at the wall still. If they're in the beginner level, I have them do this repeatedly. So we just did 2 sets of 5. You can stick with this video or rewind it if you want to hear some of the cueing again, but get used to doing twinkle toes. Like I said, in subsequent videos in this series, we're going to talk about how to find the exact distance and then how to put just a toe on the wall, and then eventually how to take that toe and take it up into freestanding balance. But let's start with the arrival. Think about parking the car. Be smart, be deliberate, be intelligent and intentional with your entries into twinkle toes. As always, check your email for your daily dose of handstands with your old pal Kyle, and we'll see you soon.